Okay, so this is the entryway. Here, let me walk in.
Welcome.
This is the entryway. Perfect. We just moved in like a month ago. And when you walk in, we haven't found a home for it yet, but you want to explain this piece to me?
Yes, temporarily, we call this painting always Grace, Darling, and Her Father because it is written here. And we found it at an amazing estate sale. It's actually so heavy, so we haven't figured out where we want to put it yet. Because once we put it somewhere, it's kind of like a permanent house situation. But it's actually super old. I think we got it for like 30 or like 40 bucks at an estate sale, and it's like from a super old imprint, very cool history with the story, and we honestly like it because it's like very like White Lotus, and the frame is cool.
It's a vibe.
So that's like kind of where we sit and do shoes, coats for guests. It's our little like meeting table, so I like to sit here and do my like daily journaling, read some like, you know, heady material over here.
You're just gonna ignore this chair?
Oh my God, I didn't mean to. So sorry, no disrespect, Mr. Trebek. Another estate sale grail. This actually went to Alex Trebek's house. So from his house to ours, this chair is very special. It was on set with him for however long Jeopardy was on air, like maybe 30 plus years.
It's the official Jeopardy chair.
So it's like really, just like feels right in this chair.
Here, let me...
We call this our manifesting chair.
This is the I want to manifest. Come take the camera.
Please.
All right. The manifesting chair. Manifesting a good YouTube video. All right. This is the photo studio.
Tell me more. What do we...
Since we're not using mics, we have to be closer.
All right.
But
Tell me more. So what do we got here?
Photo studio, still a work in progress, but got a backdrop stands. I love these guys. They barely make it to the 12-foot ceiling, but they make it. And, you know, just can shoot. And then not shoot. So nice. So we love that.
What have we got over here?
Some storage, power tools.
Would you show me?
Editing stuff. Yeah. So here is power tools, stud finders, drill bits, safety pins, etc. This is my Japanese wood planer, which is like so beautiful. I'm waiting for a good opportunity to use it. And the hammer, that's very necessary with it. This is some camera gear. Got my Black Magic, got some film cameras. Rock in there. And this, can't tell you about this, that's a secret.
Interesting. Honestly, I don't even know what's in there. We also are obsessed with the windows. This building is actually historical, and these like original hardware, like planed glass, whatever, wind panels, I don't know, are so pretty. And it has this like super handy like pulley system that's like not totally in focus, but there we go, very cool. And it's super nice because when you're in here, you get like a full window open.
The Gucci #1, take note.
And this one Davey had before I moved in.
And then we've got these nice separator systems everywhere. So if you need to like cut off areas, you can always...
Like this is like this is like the privacy please version of the studio. So Davey could be shooting and I could be working over here.
All right, show me your little station over here.
Okay, so
it's my little workstation.
This is editing station, this is my sewing station. I've been working really hard on these hojagi curtains and I really love them. I'm also just honestly really enjoying getting back into sewing. It's something I've done since I was like 7 or 8 years old. with Mrs. Quilling. Love her. So yeah, so I've been kind of just like playing with all of these different bits of super old, beautiful fabrics, some from family members, like great grandmothers of mine, others from track suits that I've found at various Salvation Armies and Goodwills. So I spend a lot of time here. And the gym is just starting to come together. But we both love daily exercise, so it's super important to us. Here is where all the magic that's hideous happens. So with all the stuff.
It's a junk drawer.
This is a junk drawer, but it like can yield really amazing results. Like these hand-painted nails that me and my friend Nora worked on.
Shout out to Piglet.
Shout out Piglet. They're really cool.
She's got an epic TikTok. Check it out.
But like genuinely, this may be a junk drawer, but it's like my favorite place in the whole like apartment because of all my like treasures. Like this is like some super old, beautiful ribbon from a Japanese hardware store. Okay, I could be in there all day.
Cleaning
Supplies. Gotta keep it tidy. Wanna take us?
Yeah, let's take out. So, our most recent projects have been our first attempt at a kitchen do-over. So, we went infrared, inferno, orange. And honestly, I think it looks pretty good. It's our Lomi, which is our composting robot. Shout out to Lomi. Shout out to composting. It just turns all our food waste into usable
Nutrient-rich dirt.
Nutrient-rich planting dirt.
Yes.
And my first apartment with a dishwasher. Very exciting. We don't use it very often, but we're gonna have guests over tonight, so we're using it. And all our beautiful little plates and mugs and things.
Do you have any like favorite things in the kitchen?
And it matches the kitchen. But this is my favorite mug. My Revolucion mug that I got in Mexico City at that giant arch thing. And I use it all the time, and I broke the handle and I glued it back together, and it works great.
Love that.
My official coffee mug.
Up here, I was gonna say, up here we have a bunch of things I really love. We have like my first attempt at kitsunagi, accidental kitsunagi, because I splurged at an estate sale at like this beautiful, on this beautiful old Japanese pot, and I broke it because I was really excited and wanted to show Davey. But it ended up being a happy accident. I don't know if that's my favorite thing though. I know. My favorite thing is also, I'm sorry to copy Davey, but I love these Alessi mugs. Also an estate sale grail. Really love them. I just think that like, they're so weird and cool. Like I love being able to also see, hey Davey, will you tap the screen for me to get the demarcation? I love being able to see an original demarcation. Sorry, these are super watermarked, but really, really like them. I also love Lomi, so I don't know. I feel like she's my daughter. Oh.
Oh, we're over here. Let's check out the bathroom. Oh, show me.
I also say another thing I love. There's just so many. I just got so dirty from the storm, but I just got these this china that's from turn of the century France, from my great grandmother. And I went to my great aunt's house, Aunt Evie, and we hung out, and she told me all about different dinner parties she had, and now we are going to use them with our friends. So nice.
Can't wait. Another Noguchi. This was OG, and we went to the flower market today and got these beautiful flowers.
Also, this Noguchi was one of the first things I think you and I bought together. And we were like, let's split it. And it's funny to think about that now because obviously we've been like living together for a couple years. We like worked together. But I remember when we first bought the Noguchi, it was tea.
It was tea. Okay, so now our epic bathroom with all of this natural light. I also think we should open the window in here.
Let's do it.
I want to give it a... There we go. Much better. So we love our bathroom. We got a little alligator buddy.
Nice.
Got our little bench. Ooh, we just bought this random bamboo bench for the shower from the plant store on Sunset Nursery. And it was just kind of like in a pile of junk. They were using it to hold plants, and it fits perfectly in here. And
also show my little beautiful flower arrangement.
And we have a fresh little nice flower arrangement.
We live like 5 minutes away from Flower Market, so it's really nice whenever we kind of think about it, which honestly is not very often. We can go buy really beautiful flowers.
We can. Look how nice the light is in here. Will you show us the living room?
I'd love to. So,
impromptu dining area.
Are we gonna come back for this?
No, well, while we're passing it, there's not a ton to talk about. We built this.
This was inspired by the first table we ever built. To be totally frank, this was like very much built as a temporary table. We needed something when our friends came over. But I think it's actually pretty cool. We actually used some like really great like metal plating to keep it sturdy. And while this may not be our forever table, I think it was a good build. It took about a half hour. If you ever just move in and want to spend less than $50 on a table, go to the hardware store, get a couple planks, order some cheapy legs or repurpose them, and you got a little table. Also, these were the first things we bought for our studio. So
These are from
really,
Mohawk General.
Yeah, so it feels really good to have them like come with us.
Arnie Jacobson. Are these the Arnie Jacobson ones, or are these?
Yeah,
I think so.
That other chair is the one that is all of our Alto.
No, that's who makes the little curved edge things. It's
What curved edge? Who makes this? Oh,
Jacober. No, Aldo Jacober makes the folding one. These are Arnie Jacobson. All right, living room.
One more thing that I'm obsessed with. These candles that look like a stick of butter are like such a vibe. They're
And Vincent.
Love them. They burn
From
like
Spain or
so
Portugal?
crazy.
Where's she from?
I don't remember. Maybe Italy. I could be wrong. Really cool. She like remelts all of her wax for future candles. Super cool. This we love. This bench we got from Kayo.
Shout out to Kayo.
We love Kayo. I think like they're a really affordable way to get like really nice furniture that you might not otherwise pick out. There's a lot of like doodads in here. Usually when it's dark, throw on the projector. We made blackout shades for when it is not dark and we want to throw on the projector. I would like you to tell us about these giant speakers.
So
That would like keep us going out for an adventure and coming home with something wild, which happens at least once a week.
So our friend Zach,
Shout out Zach.
hit us up and was like, I found these speakers on Facebook Marketplace. He knew we were looking for a hi-fi system.
And we were actually at their like kind of like winter spot that they rented when we got the apartment.
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like they were like really invested in the journey.
Yeah. So they sent us a Facebook Marketplace link to these. We hit these guys up and ran over to their place in West LA. We did not realize how big they were.
There was
until
nothing
we
for
got
scale.
there, and they were like, let's get the dolly. But they're Vandersteen Model 2. We don't have the receiver yet, or the amp, or the turntable, or the wires. So we got the speakers, and they're just waiting for the rest of their friends to join so we can play some incredible music on these. And they also just look like artwork, and they weigh about 100 pounds each. So that's sick.
Oh, I'm going to show you something that I really like in this corner. I made this when I was over 10 years ago, when I was just a youngin' in art school, and it's soapstone, and I carved it. And the assignment was to make something that feels really nice to hold. So I'm glad it's made it all the way here.
And it is really nice to hold.
It is nice to hold.
Here's one of the trees that we got from my mom's house when she moved. Noguchi number 3. A beauty. And then tell us about these curtains. I mean, we talked a little bit about them.
Peeked about earlier, but I really love them. Specific like shout outs. I love seeing some of my great grandparents like initials that are embroidered in when the light comes through. And also I sewed in an old scarf of mine that I got at like a vintage consignment store. I was maybe like 10, and I really like wanted to have a designer piece, and that was like one of the first things I got. So that was cool. It's just a little it has too much wear and tear to wear now. So now we can enjoy it. This hand-painted one was my great aunt's. And it's just like cool to have stuff that's like very old and like passed down. Just like bringing in the light and I don't know.
I just remembered something in our kitchen that we didn't show that I'm very excited about.
Let's go.
Let's go back to the kitchen. Also, you gotta see this angle because this angle will really be hitting. The light, the color, our stools from Kayo, really a banger. But the most important thing over here that I forgot to show you guys is shout out to Brondell because they hooked us up with this reverse osmosis system. So here's all the little activated tubes and filters and the tank, and it all goes right here. And we have incredibly delicious reverse osmosis water every day. Really a banger.
I have two more things that I want to share while I have everyone's attention. One, this rug is one of the only things that made it from my Upper West Side apartment to LA. So I felt important. I felt like I was compelled to share it, especially because it's so small. And Davey's Oriental rug is the biggest thing, or Persian rug.
Yeah.
Rug is the biggest thing ever. So I like that he has the big rug, I have the baby rug, and coast to coast, we got your rugs. And then I have one more thing. This is the weirdest thing in our home. I got it from BTS Vintage. BTS Thrift, actually. So if you're in LA, definitely check out BTS Thrift. I think it's like
it's near Beverly Hills,
absolutely
right?
It's near Beverly Hills. It's definitely like one of the best places I've been, including estate sales. I got this like
it's an oil
lamp. You can see it's like stamped. It was made in Germany. It's definitely old. And I need to do a little more research on it because Amy, who I love, who owns BTS Thrift, was very excited about this piece. She helped negotiate it down to something that was like affordable, and it's just so beautiful. Like it feels very much like Aladdin. I couldn't resist like rubbing the lamp just to see, but I bought it because I think it's pretty cool.
I think we should show them what will be the entryway.
Let's do that.
Which is right now a storage room, and then
end in our bedroom.
Yeah.
Will you take us into the construction zone?
Yeah. Follow me. So.
Oh, I also love how we just have all of these like cool, weird little like nails and stuff. So kind of anywhere we see something, we like to like tack up weird little things.
This is the construction zone, construction room.
Okay, hard hats only.
Hard hats only. Enter at your own risk. It's storage right now, but also we're in the process of removing this wall.
And not just removing the wall, but learning how to remove a wall.
Yeah, learning a lot about drywall, a lot about cutting through stuff. Took out some door frames, gonna rip out some ceiling. But anyways, this is going to be our entryway / guest room / storage. We're gonna find out.
And it'll be really nice because now when you walk in there, you're not hit from both sides with the amazing light, but there are these gorgeous windows. And also these like, oh, I'm gonna do it again. These super cute little weird
There's one right there you can show.
built-ins. I know, but I like this bowl. You know, there's like some like a little cute weird finds just hidden in the walls. But there are these two really great weird like recessed areas. So.
Okay, master bedroom.
Okay, let's go.
Trade off.
Okay, we have our eagle eye. Gotta have that. Shout out Lale. Shout out Samina.
Okay, here's our master.
Here's our bedroom. We went from a full-size bed to a king-size bed, and if you haven't done that, and you can upgrade your bed, even just to a queen, highly recommend.
Game changer.
Game changer. Like, it is the best thing ever. So, we have our king-size bed, we have our clothing rack, which, I don't know, may or may not live here forever. Honestly, we love to change things around, so we'll do a home tour again in like a month or two or 3 and see what changes.
A little Mies coffee table.
A Mies coffee table. We have our Wassily chair. We have our Tekla bedspread, which I've wanted for a really long time and really love. We have another just like little estate sale tiny chair or tiny
table.
Tiny table. We have this Muji chair, which like I'm genuinely so obsessed with.
New Gucci number 4?
I don't even know. But it's funny because when Davey and I first met, I had this in the cream color that's like a little smushed, but really similar. And I felt like it was true love because of our new Gucci's.
But tell me about this table.
Okay, so this table, it's a very recent acquisition. We got it this weekend. It was actually quite rowdy. We went to an estate sale, which was actually, can I say?
Yeah.
A foreclosure sale for the wing. It's like that like women's only club, which I was very intrigued to see what went on in the wing. So we went on a Sunday, we got up super early, and I was kind of like perusing all the like little things. Davey was like hiding like under this table and found this demarcation, and it happens to be one of our favorite designers. We love their house. They just make all these amazing things, cool materials, and
Muller Van Severin, baby.
yes, and we bought it and we loaded it into the car.
I'll show you guys. Is it over here? Yeah. Oh yeah, here it is.
That's like another good thing for anyone who's like already doing the estate sale thing. Like I didn't spot the table, like just like get on the floor, get into it.
Muller Van Severin. Love them.
While we're over here, I want to pull in a couple like cute little detail things I love. We like to keep like our favorite personal books in here, so that's usually what you'll see. We have a walnut that came from one of our friends, did like a really like cool like fire lighting ceremony and gave us these like manifesting walnuts. So keep this here. I have a ring from one of my best friends, Charlie. I just like to keep out things that make me smile. Some more flowers. This framed piece of art is one of my favorite things in the entire apartment because it's actually the menu from me and Davey's like second-ish date. And
that pool in Mexico City.
Yeah, and
that was the menu.
I really love it.
The meal was so good.
And it's also next to another thing I love. Our friends from A Good Used Book gave me this book, and I've not finished it yet, but I really, really enjoy Nice Guys Wreck Lives.
Love it. We have a little closet in the back that we built ourselves since we didn't have any closets.
Oh, we also get a lot of questions about our TV. It's the Samsung Serif, so it's not a TV stand, but those like spindly legs are actually a part of the TV.
Yeah, and it doesn't always live in our bedroom, but because we're having guests over tonight, it has found its way into the bedroom. And I kind of like it for now.
Okay, so
we hung up these curtains.
We did. We hung up curtains. We built everything in here, and it took a day. That was pretty quick. Maybe 2 days when you include the built-ins on the bottom, but it was a really good project.
It's a pretty good closet. Lots of light, lots of stuff.
It's also really nice, I think, in here because we like went from, and we had a pretty big closet in our last apartment, but we like kind of got to like build and design a closet that we like really like wanted to be in.
Cool. And I think we should end it with this beautiful fresco that came with the place. We saw it here when we looked at the place originally, and we made a very clear note to not paint over this original drawing from the previous tenants of a random building. So that came with the place. We love it. We think it's adorable. We like the paint and the tape there. And yeah, do you think that's it? I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Thank you for visiting. Let's get some focus. Our home. I'll leave you with this beautiful light. And
tell us in the comments what else you want to see.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments. And also, if you have any questions about anything. And that's it. Later, guys.
Bye.